Hello my friends, today's video is all about alternatives for the February 2022 Safari Celebration Paper Pumpkin Kit. And the kit looks like this. This is what you can make with it. I'm going to be showing you two alternative cards. This also has instructions, just like every paper pumpkin, for how to make these exact cards. You also get a stamp set, which this one is super cute, and an ink spot, which this month is Rich Razzleberry. Paper Pumpkin is such a great way to build your ink collection and your stamp collection. So let's get started on the alternative project. Ooh, I'm going to be using some of the products from the kit, but I'm also going to be pulling in some different products. So let's get started with our first card. These are all the things I'm using here. The only thing I'm using that's not from the kit is this rectangle, which I use the scalloped contours dies for that, which are here. And I'll show you these. So I've used this guy here to cut out that rectangle, and there's a bunch of different rectangles in there that you can use. I love the scalloped contours dies. I just can't say it apparently. So I'm going to turn my card this way because this is what we're going to do. And I'm going to use the Happy Birthday stamp from the stamp set. Is that it? That's it. And I'm going to grab an eye block. And these even come with blocks in your first paper pumpkin when you first order it. And I know that the Rich Razzleberry comes with this one, but I think I'm going to use the Bumblebee, which is the color that is in this kit, because I have it and that's what I want to use. And this is an alternative card, so pretty much anything goes. I'm just going to line up this little die cut, which is another piece of the kit, on my grid paper. I'm going to line up my stamp and put it on my block too, so it's a little more straight. I'm just going to try to get that as center as possible. And I'm not pushing too hard, just a little bit to make sure it's all evenly down there. And it's a little crooked, but you know what? I'm okay with that. So I can put my Bumblebee away because it's really all the stamping I want to do for this card. I'm going to clean off my stamp set with my stamping, my stamp with stamping scrub. I have a little Stampin' Mist there for the wet side. Just going to scrub and then dry it off on the dry side, and that stamp is clean and good to go. And I am going to put it back. And I was just kidding, that's not all the stamping we're going to do. I decided I wanted to do some of these cupcakes. So I'm just going to grab an A block, put a cupcake down. I'm going to grab some fresh freesia ink without knocking everything off my desk. And I'm going to take this rectangle that I cut out, and I'm just going to kind of make my own designer series paper. So I'm just inking it up, and I'm going to turn it as I go. And it's okay to go off of the rectangle a little bit. Go down the side. Just want cupcakes all around it. Okay, now that that part is done, I'm going to go ahead and clean off my stamp. I got quite inky doing that little technique, but that's also a quick way to make your own like designer series paper. You could even color in those cupcakes if you want. For the sake of time, I'm not going to do all that. So now I'm going to take the elements from the kit, get my black out of the way, and I'm just going to take a couple of glue dots. The kit does come with glue dots, but I have my roll handy. These, you want to make sure to place them where they will be hidden. So what I mean by that is I can see the glue dots behind that. I'm going to put my antelope over it, so I know they're going to be hidden. I'm just going to set that kind of in the middle. And then I'm going to take a few dimensionals that also come in the kit and stick them on the back of this antelope here. I think 2 should probably do it. He's kind of skinny. He's pretty tall too, so I want to make sure that it's nice and centered. And then while I have my glue dots out, I'm just going to take a few and put some on the back. Oops, I can get it. And I'm just going to try to tuck that behind the antelope, gazelle, whatever it is. I'm actually going to stick one, maybe I'm not going to go behind there. Well, I'll go over here. This is what happens when I don't have something pre-planned, when I'm just doing it on the fly. Take another one there. And then I can rip some of this off. I hate having long glue dot waste there. I'm going to take some of my dimensionals and put them on the back. I think 3. We don't want any saggy little pieces. I shouldn't have put one in the middle, because that gazelle or antelope or whatever it is already propped up. We don't want one. This one's kind of ruined, so I'm going to try to get it off of my finger. There we go. We don't want any on the legs there, because it'll give it too much height. It'll kind of bow it out. We don't want that. Then I'm going to take my card base and my bone folder, and I'm just going to burnish that score line there. Get a nice crisp edge. And I think I want to put some more, let's give it some more height. Put some dimensionals on the back of this piece. And there, that is our first. Oh, I'm not done yet. The kit also comes with these cute little like sea glass type shapes. I'm going to grab a couple of those and scatter them around. Now, because these are like clear, I want to put them where there's some color so that they're noticeable. So I put one on the leaf there, maybe one down there, and one up there. So we'll do 3. So that's our first alternative. Set that aside. Our second one is going to use the cute little elephant in this set. And the first thing I'm going to do is burnish that score line. This is a Fresh Freesia card base. And we're kind of doing the same technique here. So I have a die cut shape. This is using the Stitched Rectangles dies. Or the rectangle stitched framelit dies. And that's what these look like. You get a bunch. And I used this one here to cut that out. And then I'm going to use this square-ish stitch shape from the Paper Pumpkin kit. And we're kind of going to do the same thing. I'm just going to layer it over. But instead of a cupcake, I think I'm going to use this leaf stamp to stamp on my rectangle. And the elephant here is in like a soft succulent color, but that's like Old Olive or Pear Pizzazz, maybe Pear Pizzazz I think it is. Let me see, the back of the instructions sheet usually has the colors: Bumblebee, Fresh Freesia, Pear Pizzazz, Rich Raspberry, Soft Succulent, and Soft Suede. So I think I'm going to go with Soft Succulent just because it's another in color and I like it. So I'm probably going to speed this part up too, so you don't have to see me stamp a bunch of leaves. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to clean off my stamp. And I did the same thing I did with the cupcakes. Just kind of randomly stamped it around. But for this one, I'm going to use 2 different sentiment stamps. So I want the Fantastic from this stamp set. I can get it off. They're brand new, so they're really sticky. I'm going to grab an H block, put it on there. And then I want the UR You are so is what it is. You are so fantastic. And I'm going to put that back onto the bead block. And I'm going to keep the soft succulent out. I'm going to stamp the You Are So first, just so I can see where it's placed. I'm going to try to line it up with my grid paper. And actually, because these are photopolymer stamps, they get a little flexible, which is nice, but if you want your stamp to go on straight, you just put it face down on your grid paper, line it up, and then press it to your block. That's You Are So. And then I want this to kind of layer on there. So I want to see, that should be good. Make sure I ink it up good enough. So Fantastic can go about there. I just don't want to stamp on that. That's good. Then I'm going to clean off these stamps. And then we can put our ink pad away so I don't put my hand into it. Put my stamps back on, because this is when I tend to lose the stamp. If I don't put it on right away, I'll put my blocks away and I put everything away and then there's still a stamp stuck to it. So that's always fun. Now we can assemble here. So I'm going to take the rectangle first. And I'm not going to stick anything down yet because I just want to see what it looks like. Put that over it. So I think I want to take some glue dots. And again, I don't want my glue dots showing, so I know about where my elephant is going to go. So 2 glue dots about there, and then I can stick my square down. My elephant's going to go on there. I think I want to stick down my leaf pieces first. So what I'm going to do is flip these over and put them on the opposite side so that they're on the front. And then I'm just going to stick them to the back of this elephant, because I know I'm going to put my elephant up on dimensionals. And then I think maybe I'll stick a leaf back there. So I'm going to put the glue dots on the back of this big leaf. And kind of tuck it behind my vellum piece. Well, I guess that's where it's going, because that's where it's stuck. Then I'm going to take a few dimensionals, put them on the back of the elephant. It's going to go like that. And then I'm going to take, I think I'm going to use a little bit of seal, just because that's easier for me to grab, and then put that on our banner piece. I'm just going to kind of offset it a little bit. And then a few dimensionals on the back of this. I'm going to stick my elephant down. Make sure to cover those glue dots. Just like I said, want to see about where it's going to go, which that looks good to me. And then I'm going to take a little bit of seal on the back of this rectangle. And you could use the glue dots too. This is just for the sake of time. It saves me a little time. I don't want to go too high because that trunk's coming up. I want to make sure it'll still fit in an envelope. And I could slide that under. Okay. I'm just going to slide it under the skate there, but and go up as high as I can. I kind of tilted that a little bit, but you know what? That's okay. I like it. And that way too, it'll fit in the envelope because it's flush with the bottom. So that is our second card. After I keep forgetting my shapes here. I want to throw some of these on there quickly. One there. We'll do 3 again. I like to go in odd numbers just because it's more appeasing to the eye. So there we go. And some shapes. I'll bring back in the other card, and this is my February 2022 paper pumpkin alternative. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time.